12 reasons why you shouldn't think twice about moving to New York, but is it really for you? Dreaming of New York City? Hold up. Before you pack your bags, get ready to hear the brutal truth no one's telling you about the Big Apple. New York might look like a land of opportunity, but can you really handle what's behind the glittering skyline? Some of these reasons will shock you. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel, your go-to source for life advice that keeps it real. If you've been thinking about making that big move to New York, this is the video for you. But before we dive into the 12 eye-opening reasons why you shouldn't think twice about relocating to the city that never sleeps, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notifications bell so you never miss out on the hard truths we're bringing to the table. New York. It's a city of extremes. A concrete jungle where dreams are made of, right? But is it really everything you've been led to believe? While it's the place for career success, culture, and excitement, it's also a place that will chew you up and spit you out if you're not ready. It's easy to be enchanted by the bright lights of Times Square, the towering skyline of Manhattan, or the thought of casually bumping into a celebrity on your morning coffee run. But beneath all that glitz and glamour, there are hidden challenges that might make you reconsider if NYC is actually the right move for you. Let's be real, New York can change your life, but can you handle the pressure? Whether you're a young professional, an artist chasing your big break, or someone just looking for a fresh start, moving to New York means being prepared for everything. And I mean everything. So, why shouldn't you hesitate before moving? Buckle up, because these 12 reasons are about to make you question if you're ready for the ride of your life. Reason 1. The pressure cooker lifestyle. Moving to New York means signing up for a life in the fast lane, except it's not just fast, it's relentless. Everyone is hustling, grinding, and competing, whether you're in finance, the arts, or even just trying to survive. There's a reason they say, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. But what they don't tell you? Most people don't make it. New York isn't the land of second chances. It's a pressure cooker that will squeeze every ounce of energy, creativity, and ambition out of you. There's no room for mediocrity, and if you can't keep up, New York will spit you out without a second glance. Can you thrive under constant pressure, or will the weight of the city break you? Reason 2. Skyrocketing cost of living. Think you know what expensive means? Think again. New York City redefines the word. We're talking about rent that rivals a mortgage payment, except you're crammed into a shoebox apartment. And it's not just housing, everything costs more here. Groceries, public transportation, a night out with friends. Even grabbing a quick bite at a corner deli can feel like you're hemorrhaging money. There's no way around it. Living in New York will have you reevaluating every financial decision you make. You might think you're prepared, but when your paycheck disappears as fast as it comes in, you'll wonder how anyone manages to survive in this city. Can your wallet take the hit? Reason 3. The lack of personal space. Ever dreamed of living in a cozy New York apartment? Let's shatter that dream real quick. The reality is most people in the city live in cramped, overpriced spaces where privacy is a joke. Thin walls mean you'll hear every argument, every creaky bed, and every late-night TV binge from your neighbors. You might think you can adjust, but imagine dealing with this every single day, with no escape. If you're someone who values personal space, get ready to kiss it goodbye. Your new home might be no bigger than a glorified closet, and you'll be paying a fortune for the privilege. Can you handle living on top of strangers, with nowhere to truly call your own? Reason 4. The unforgiving winters. Forget the picturesque, snow-covered streets you see in the movies. New York winters are an absolute nightmare. Freezing winds whip through the skyscrapers, turning the city into an icy wind tunnel. Snow doesn't stay pretty for long. It quickly becomes dirty slush that floods the sidewalks and streets, soaking your shoes and freezing your toes. And when the temperature drops below zero, there's no escaping the brutal cold. You'll find yourself trudging through snowstorms just to get to work, slipping on icy sidewalks, and cursing the day you ever thought New York would be magical in the winter. If you've never experienced a real winter, brace yourself. This one might make you rethink your entire decision. Reason 5. The never-ending crowds. If you're someone who craves peace and quiet, New York will drive you insane. The crowds are relentless. Whether it's navigating Times Square, fighting your way through subway platforms, or just trying to walk down the street, you'll always be surrounded by a sea of people. And they're not just standing around, they're moving fast, pushing past you, and not caring if they bump into you. You'll be jostled, shoved, and stepped on without so much as an apology. This is the city where you'll quickly learn the art of dodging pedestrians like an obstacle course. The energy might be exciting at first, but the constant chaos can be overwhelming. Are you ready to lose your personal bubble? Reason 6. The transportation chaos. The New York City subway is legendary, for all the wrong reasons. Sure, it runs 24/7, but that's about where the benefits end. Delays, breakdowns, overcrowded cars, and the occasional rat scurrying on the tracks are just a part of the daily grind. And if you think driving is a better option, think again. Traffic in New York is a nightmare that will have you questioning your sanity. Parking? Forget about it, unless you're willing to drop hundreds on a monthly garage or risk a hefty ticket. Getting from point A to point B in New York is always an adventure, and rarely a good one. Can you handle the daily commute from hell? Reason 7. The intensity of the job market. So you've heard that New York is the place to launch your career? Well, here's the truth, everyone has heard that. The competition here is cutthroat. Whether you're in finance, tech, fashion, or the arts, there are thousands of people just as talented, just as driven, and just as hungry as you are, if not more. Landing that dream job will take more than just hard work. You need to network like your life depends on it, and even then, you'll likely face rejection after rejection before you make it. And the worst part? You'll be competing with people who are willing to sacrifice everything to get ahead. Are you ready to fight for every opportunity? Reason 8. The crime and safety concerns. New York has cleaned up its act since the gritty days of the 1970s and 80s, but don't be fooled. Crime is still very much alive in the city. Petty thefts, muggings, and even violent crimes still occur, especially in certain areas. And the sense of safety can change block by block. One minute, you're in a trendy, well-lit neighborhood, and the next, you're clutching your bag a little tighter as you walk down a sketchy side street. It's easy to get lulled into a false sense of security, but you have to stay on your toes. Can you handle living in a place where you're never truly safe? Reason 9. The rude, cutthroat culture. New Yorkers don't have time for niceties, and that's not just a stereotype. People in this city are in a constant rush, and politeness isn't exactly a priority. You'll get honked at for crossing the street too slowly, bumped into without an apology, and cut off in line because someone just doesn't have time to wait. If you're used to Southern hospitality or Midwest friendliness, prepare for a culture shock. In New York, you either toughen up or get walked all over. If you're the sensitive type, this city will eat you alive. Can you handle the harshness of the New York attitude? Reason 10. The pollution and air quality. New York may seem glamorous, but let's talk about the air you'll be breathing. Between the constant traffic, construction, and industrial zones, pollution is an unavoidable part of life in the city. Smoggy skies and the smell of exhaust fumes will become your daily companions. For those with respiratory issues, this can be a serious problem. And even if you're in good health, the air quality here can take a toll over time. It's not the clean, fresh air you might be used to. Are you ready to trade scenic views and open skies for the dirty, polluted air of the city? Reason 11. The constant noise. In New York, silence is a luxury you can't afford. The city never stops, and neither does the noise. From the constant hum of traffic to construction that seems to happen 24/7, there's always something making noise. Car horns, sirens, street performers, and the clatter of the subway will fill your ears day and night. Even in your own apartment, you'll likely hear your neighbors through the walls or the sounds of the city from your window. If you need peace and quiet to recharge, New York is not the place for you. Can you handle the never-ending soundtrack of city life? Reason 12. The feeling of loneliness. It's ironic that in a city of over 8 million people, you can feel more isolated than ever. The fast-paced, transient nature of New York makes it hard to form meaningful connections. People come and go, friendships are fleeting, and everyone is too busy hustling to build real relationships. You can be surrounded by people yet feel completely alone. The city's energy can be invigorating, but it can also leave you feeling disconnected. If you're moving to New York expecting a vibrant social life, you might find yourself disappointed. Can you handle the loneliness that comes with living in a city that never sleeps but rarely connects? So, is New York really for you? It's a city of opportunities, no doubt, but only if you're tough enough to face the challenges head-on. Don't let the shiny lights fool you. New York will test you in ways you never expected. But if you're still up for the challenge, then maybe the Big Apple is calling your name. If you enjoyed this video and want more real-life breakdowns of cities and the tough truths no one's telling you, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment below. And don't forget, New York doesn't wait for anyone. Are you ready to keep up?